But I once read a book. My guy, professor at Carnegie Mellon, he wrote a book. He actually was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Randy Pausch's his name. He wrote, the book's called The Last Lecture. And the tradition at Carnegie Mellon is every time a professor gives their last speech, it's open. The class is open up to the entire campus. Anybody can come. Well, I kind of got to thinking, like, what would Norm's last speech be? What would his last lesson be? You know, so I kind of compiled some of his Normisms and some of the things he always said. You know, he was a man of not very many words, but they left a lasting impression, and they had a lot of meaning behind them. But anyway, chapter 1 would be something like D-line. Don't be dancing bears out there. Move your hands, move your feet. Don't peek into the backfield like turkeys, because you get your head whacked and get knocked on your butt. Linebackers, you got to jam the guy. DBs, don't get burned deep. Whatever you do, don't get burned deep. And then as a defense, as a team, we all got to know our stance, alignment, key, responsibility, and our technique. And just remember that, how do we stop this screen? How do we stop this reverse? Well, teams stop screens, teams stop reverses. The 3 fastest ways to die, as Chad mentioned, natural gas, electricity, and cover 2. That's why, as Abdul said, we stuck to under 8 lock quite a bit. But again, it worked. And we must tackle, tackle, tackle every time. You know, I've never seen a defense that's been good or worth a darn if they didn't know how to tackle. So every day we're gonna work on our tackling. We got to be able to tackle. That's the name of the game on defense. And then in practice, he'd have those things that he was looking for. You know, you got 11 different guys out there. You know, each one with their own responsibility. And there was that one thing he was always keying on, whether it was team period or whatever period it was. And if that thing wasn't right, run it again. You know, so you always got a lot of that, which was great because he made you perfect what you know, what it took to win that game. And then I can remember watching film. You know, so we're out there playing, guys. We're out there to play football. We're not out there to be cheerleaders and pump up the crowd. That's not what we're there to do. So let's leave the cheerleading to the cheerleaders. And remember, if you can't figure all this out, the O-line's the bottom of the food chain. So the linebacker, you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna move to D-line. And if you can't get it out done at D-line, you're moving to offense. So keep that in mind.